Hey guys, today's Saturday, September the 30th of 2023, and I want to go over uranium spot price, and I'm going to also go over uranium futures, UX2. So without any further delay, let's get into it. As you can see, wow, from my last time I did this video, we have pierced through my first target of 71. That is a midpoint with a different swing point. And we hit the top of this supply zone, which is 73. And if you look back using the futures on the UX2, there is a swing pivot high of 73. And we have kissed it and pulled back a little bit. But my final ultimate target is 77, which is this one right here. This is the second target. And it looks like it wants to go there. And once we get there, whatever happens, happens. It is what it is. If it goes there and it continues grinding higher, more power to the uranium futures, uranium spot, uranium sector. But this is the midpoint. If we gone up here, that is a great accomplishment. We've gone to the halfway point. From here on up is to reach the all-time high. This is the midpoint. We got here. Kudos to all the long bulls. We've held, even with the Ukrainian war and all the things that, to this day still concerns me. Look where we're heading to. $77. Is that the final, from here once we hit it, should I lock in profits and get out? No. I mean, you never know. But you reach the midpoint and see what happens there. The only thing that concerns me using Gann's theory and his technique is that there's a 7-year cycle approaching. Something may happen, something may not happen. You never know. But it's always good to be aware of these things, especially if you study Gann and his theory. And it hits in November. So I'm giving it a little wiggle room. I have a little indicator here from October all the way to January. And then right here, this is the midpoint. This is November. So anywhere around here, we'll see what once price action, if it's going to kiss it here, if it's going to kiss it in here in this zone, or is it going to kiss it here? You got October, November, and December to be very vigilant and see what happens. And if nothing happens and it just continues to grind higher, hey, more power to it. Looks like then nothing with the 7-year cycle is going to be affecting the uranium spot price. But that's the only thing that concerns me first. And then second, the Ukrainian war that still hasn't been resolved. I haven't heard it in the news, which is kind of very strange and weird. I just know that they just, sending money there like crazy, but I don't see nothing in the news about it. So it's just very, very strange times that we're living in. But it's in projection to go there. And once we get there, see what happens. We're going to go now to the uranium spot price because that's where all the goody stuff is. And then we're going to see where we're at there. So here we are. This is my scale chart on uranium spot price. And I'm using the futures closed of 73.30 just because I haven't gotten the data for the uranium spot price that hasn't posted on the website. So I figured I'm just going to go with the futures because it's looking good and it's looking strong. And even if it's off, we'll adjust it by next month, but it's somewhere in that ballpark. So I got some indicators I wanted to show you here. First off, I want you to notice that we're above all the moving averages, and this is the 20 SMA. Look how far we are from that 20 SMA, showing that it is very parabolic, very, very strong. First thing I want to show you is the Gann fan from the all-time high. This is the 45 degree, and this is the 30. This is the 60. This is very important. Right now, we're pretty far, but once we get close, and it's kind of hard to pinpoint because it all depends on the speed and the projection of this price action going up. But as of right now, if we were to just see where we're at right now and where this Gann fan is, it's right around $84. So the longer it takes to go, price, the angle will slope down. So it all depends on when we kiss it. But as of right now, 84. So just picture, somewhere around, anywhere between 82, 81, 80. So that's an angle you want to keep an eye out in the future. Next one is from the all-time low. As you can see, we were finding support at the 1x3. We pierced the 1x2. And this is the 1x1. This is a strong one. And we pierced it here with force, which is remarkable. And this is bullish as you could get. This is very strong. It didn't even like kiss it and pull back. It just like blew right through it. So that's very bullish. Using the next Gann fan that's very important is from this low of 2016. You can see that we're above the 45-degree angle. This, for those that follow me in my natural gas, this is where we need to be, guys, in regards to natural gas to get a hardcore, strong conviction that the bulls are in control. When you are here, you got testosterone to the max. You as strong as the strongest bull on earth. There's nothing stopping you when you're here. Just want to make that clear. Don't get it twisted. When you're on this side of the camp, this is strong power, bull action. When you're here, it's weak. When you're here, and this is where we at on natural gas, is super weak. So I just want you to see the difference when you do geometry on a scale chart. We're somewhere around here in natural gas, and this is uranium. So know that uranium is kicking butt. It is Momo to the extent of full power. Full throttle right here. Juices are flowing through the veins right here. And this is strong. This is an angle, which is the 30. We haven't kissed it yet. We're approaching it. So these are the things I'll be watching in the future. As long as, it starts chucking along higher. These are the angles I'm going to be watching to see what happens. Does it kiss it? Does it stall? Does it lose Momo? Those are little things little nuances I'll be watching. I went ahead and put a Gann fan from right here. You can see that it kissed it here, failed, pulled back, and then it just exploded to the upside. So this one is not now as important. This one I will probably delete because now, we're entering new territory. In regards to Fibonacci in the ellipse, you can see, this is in the future. This is going all the way to, 2025, February. So this is out. This is like way out. So this is something I'll have on my radar once we get to 2025, and God permits, He gives me, extra life and days upon this earth. But this is what I'll be, watching or keep on my radar. So that's way to go. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Same thing here. This is the ellipse. Pitchfork. We've penetrated here and we're strong, and it looks like we're heading to the midpoint. What is the midpoint? That's 77.45. So 77-ish. That's my main target, center of gravity. There's an angle here you probably want to watch, but this is pretty much the big kahuna, the midpoint target that I have, which is the second target. This is another, pitchfork, which I have, adjusted, 50%. But this is the point you want to look at, 77.45. Here's another one, same thing. These are parallel lines. This is another technique, and I don't even know if this is a Gann technique, but they call it parallel lines, and I got them from, these points. So we got a way to go there. So there's nothing really interesting there. In regards to Fibonacci levels, so this is where you start measuring from the low to the high. Remember I was saying 71 was important, 71-ish. We've pierced it. That's the midpoint from this low of 2001 to the swing point of 2007. We pierced the midpoint, which is 71 and change. So if you've been watching my videos, I've been saying there's two key levels of midpoints. There's the one, which is 71 from these two swing points. And then there's a future one, which is 77, which I'll show you right now. So from this swing point high to this low of 2016, 77.36. This is the one of the target that I have, because this is the current swing or war zone or whatever you want to call it, where we're dealing with right now. So we got our high, we got our low, and this is where we are in real time. So this is the level you want to keep an eye on. 77.36. Once we get there, let's see what's going to happen. I mean, if it starts rock and rolling like a move like this, I don't know if you guys are ready for that. So we'll see. We will see. These are things I'm looking at from this pivot high. So there's nothing really to talk about there. The ellipse, same thing. Keep an eye out for, I think this one is March of the 2025. So that's way far out in the future. We are in the ellipse, so that's positive. We broke through the ellipse here, and that's a breakout from this high, so that's positive. Advanced support and resistance levels from the all-time low to this all-time high. So let's say we blow right through 77. Oh, we hit 77. Let's give it a little wiggle room. We start oscillating, just kind of going sideways, giving this bull impulsive upward projection some energy to kind of recoup. And somebody's calling me here. And we start pushing higher. Your next target will be 81.77. So that's the next target up there past the midpoint. So now we're dealing with more different levels, and 81.77 is one you want to watch. From this high to this low, even if we pass 81.77, the next one you want to keep an eye on is 96.98. That's another strong level. And if you look at these swing points, actually 91.91 will be one in this pivot low. This is actually 77.64. So yeah, so there's going to be some resistance here, which is the midpoint. And you can see there was a swing low here. But if you look further up, 92, you can say $92. And then the 96.98. So this is like way in the future. So that's if we pass $77. Another advanced support resistance, and it was from this swing low to this swing high. There was a 71.08, and we already pierced it, and we've closed above it. So if it pulls back, this could be possibly support. So keep an eye on that. And finally, I'm going to end with the Gann square. So the Gann square from this low to this high, you can see that we kissed and maybe we pushed a little higher above this angle, which it looks like that's like the 30-degree angle right here. We can see that right here is the midpoint, which is 71.52. That's going to be some support. And keep an eye on, and this is going to be for next year. This is where this square ends. That's going to be 4/20, 2024. So that's another date you want to put on your sticky note. Something way in the future, create an alert for next year, 7 days, in advance, give you an alert. Watch, uranium, and just put a note as square ends. The squaring of the range ends on 4. You could say 4/20, but since this is monthly, just look at the whole month of April, because this is kind of hard to pinpoint a date because this is not a daily chart. So just look at for the whole month of April. Squaring of the range ends on 4/20 of 2024. Just keep an eye on that. And then this is from this low, just because I want to see how things vibrate, to this high. And you can see what I call vector points. This is, vector points. This is the ace right here, another eighth right here. So if you pinpoint from here and you start looking at what happened here, this is a good vector point. You can see that it popped. And then it just crashed. And then right here, we got a nice little pop. Here it pulled back. Here, nothing really happened. It kind of extended a little more, and then it just went up. And then right here, once we hit here, it really exploded to the upside. And now we're here. And then this is support of 71. So we got all this open space right here. We can move in the Gann square, that if it pulls back, there's going to be support at that 71.70. And if it's going to push higher, your next target will be this angle, and all depends when we're going to hit it. That's why it's going to be hard to predict. But we know that this angle is consistent, which is the 1/8, and that's 87. You can say 87.83. So that's pretty much it for my presentation. Just know that we are strong. We are, strong bull. The only thing that concerns me, like I said, is the 7-year cycle that kicks in November in the Ukraine war. And I haven't really heard much, really much about it at all in the US media. So I don't even know if that thing is going to get resolved and then this thing could really explode to the upside. I don't even know. I don't know what's going to happen. But those are the only things that concern me. But know this: the uranium spot price is moving, and it's moving fast. So keep it on your radar. Watch your stocks. Things are escalating really fast. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but whatever it is, it's moving. And you guys are witness, and you guys are seeing it in real time. So whatever you guys have in positions, just trail your stops. You don't want to give it all back to the house, and keep it on your radar. And especially the dates I showed you, focusing on more on those dates, and just kind of put an alert on news, so you kind of know what's going on. And then we'll keep you posted, and I'll do the next update for October and let you know what October is looking like. Hopefully you like this video. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on uranium spot price.